Ani, Bonjour, Kwe. It's Catherine from Moonstarlodge with your reading for the weekend, for the week of the 27th, I believe, Brian?
Yeah.
To July the 3rd. And this is a doozy. We're just right at the end of the last quarter of Storyteller, the grandmother, clan mother and grandmother of the 6th moon cycle. And during this week ahead, we move into the time of Loves All Things, the grandmother who sits in the very middle of the medicine wheel. We're halfway through. And so it is that as we move through this week, we are reminded of the ways not only to love the things that have hurt us, keeping our distance from the energy of it, but to love ourselves through whatever needs forgiving, externally and internally, and to make space not to just love all things, but to find love in all things. So let's go to the cards. So we start, I'm using the medicine wheel. We're still in Indigenous History Month. And so we're doing east, south, west, and north. I'm using 6 different decks. You'll see a picture of the decks on our website or on Instagram and on Facebook. So we'll give you a picture of what decks are used. So the Gentle Tarot is the tarot deck in use, and that's these cards here. Jill Pyle's Sacred Cycles are the cards that are clarifying. We have one shaman card here. We have an ancestral card from the Cards of Winds and Changes. We have a Moonology card and a couple of dotems. So we start in the east as we always do. And the card that we have here is the Nine of Thunder, which is comparable to the Nine of Swords, but it's in reverse. So it's reminding us that when we are at odds with our head and our heart, the Rider-Waite-Smith deck shows this card as a woman in bed wailing and, 9 swords attacking. But this is a much gentler approach and much more to my understanding of the original intention of the card. It's we get anguish when we are not in alignment, head and heart. And when it's in reverse like this, it tells me that we're coming out of it. We're coming out of the anguish. We're starting to come to terms, conceptually blending what's wrong with ourselves spiritually and what's wrong with ourselves intellectually from the heart space in the middle. We're doing this, it's clarified by Wolf, and Wolf asks us to understand the dynamics of things and prioritizing where things have hierarchical importance, but to trust our intuition. Wolf is howling at Grandmother Moon. We are just about to have this new moon in a couple days from the time of the beginning of this week. So if you trust your intuition, you will blend the dichotomy between the mind and the heart space. So that's a good beginning. We're solving something. We're moving down here to the south position of the wheel. And we have this Mother Muskox. And this Mother Muskox is called the Harvest of Stones. Now, she's very, very self-reliant, and she carries a great amount of intention toward looking after her wee one. The tiny, tiny baby muskox is there. These are known as kiviot. It's asking if one of the reasons your heart and your mind are not in, or we're not in agreement, is because you're not making space to look after yourself. You're spending too much energy looking after others, and that's very difficult. It's clarified here by the waxing crescent moon, and you see a woman leaning forward here. So the first quarter is about looking at what intrigues you. Where is your interest peaked? And so if you follow that intuition, you will balance the amount of energy you are externalizing and giving to others with energy that you're giving yourselves to inspire you into a new beginning. And you're going to see as we get around this reading why this is an important position. We move to the west of the wheel and the Magician. We are all our own magicians. We are all the alchemists, creator of the balance with earth, air, fire, and water, and spirit. And the way that we find room for something new is the return to source. Now, this isn't the death card. This is a letting something that's done be finished. It's kind of like the Ten of Wands, if you think of it that way. You need to let something be finished, so that something new can be created here by the Magician. What's interesting to me, if I jump into the middle here to the Shaman's card, this is the Magician's sword, confidence in your magic. So we have to let something go to be able to manifest something new. The position in the north of the wheel here is a card that doesn't exist in most decks. This is the unseen. This is source. This is the universe. This is the all that is. And it's our call to be part of that which is other dimensional. We need to use this intuition that started at the beginning of the cycle here for this week and jump full force. We use this energy to jump full force into the other dimensions that we shamanically are capable of going to if we allow ourselves, if we get out of the day-to-day stuff. I mean, this is the competent, the equivalent to the Queen or King of Pentacles here, but that's very focused, too focused in terms of this message here on the day-to-day earth-based third dimensional stuff. This is asking us to shift our vision. Now it's clarified, this position is clarified by the red tent. And this is a ceremony that normally talks about moon cycles and women pulling away and going into the tent to have their menstrual cycle. But in the context here, this is saying in order to get ready to develop something new, to literally birth a new idea connected with source and all this movement here, we have to give ourselves a withdrawal space. And that speaks to this card here, which is the ancestral card of stillness. Who is going to help us with this sense of withdrawal this week, getting away from looking after others to being connected with source? Well, we have Otter and we have Spider. Otter is laugh at your antics, balance work and play, reclaim your vulnerability. And Grandmother Spider is dance your dreams alive, create from your heart's bliss, weave the web you want to live. And that's exactly what you're doing here. You're creating the web and the connection with source that's going to make your life so much better. The full moon in Pisces card is here. The moon energy that we're going to do this with is this full moon in Pisces, which is to forgive. Forgiveness is the most critical thing in aligning yourselves with the energy of she who finds love in all things. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, letting go, the holding on of things that chain us to the past. You can flip the camera, Brian. I think that's one of the most beautiful readings that we've had in quite a while, and it speaks volumes to me personally and my intentions for not just this moon cycle of Love's All Things, but the next couple of moon cycles after that, as I transition my dreams and my focus in this life. So roll with this. Have a wonderful new moon. Don't forget to do some rituals with earth, air, fire, water, and spirit on the 28th, which is the new moon day. And be blessed. Aho, miigwech, nyowen.